Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Journey with Vijay Kumar Shrivastav. Today we are going to study the topic Outlook of Maize in India. So let's proceed to the presentation. First we will go through maize cultivation area in India. Maize cultivation belts has been divided in 5 zones. Zone first consisting of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and northeastern states. Zone second is comprising of Punjab, Haryana, Delhi and Uttar Pradesh. Zone third is consisting of Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal and Odisha. And while zone fourth is the comprising of states Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. And zone fifth consists of states Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Here to study the importance of maize crop in Indian condition. Maize is the crop where 15 million farmers are engaged in cultivation of crop in India. Maize crop is generating employment of more than 650 million persons days at farm. Maize crop is qualifying under potential crop for doubling farmers' income. And maize is a source of more than 3,500 products including specialized maize like quality protein maize. As per the demand increase of maize products by 2022, there will be requirement of more than 45 million metric tons of maize production in India. Maize is the crop which requires less water and having higher yield potential. And presently, only 15% of cultivated area is under irrigation and remaining under rainfed conditions. Under maize cultivation, Bihar and Tamil Nadu states has almost reached 100% hybridization by replacing the local varieties. Maize consumption is growing at a compounded annual growth rate of 11% in the last 5 years. And poultry feed accounts for nearly 47% of maize consumption in India. And feed industry is growing at a rate of compounded annual growth of 9% every year. Maize crop is contributing 11% to the total size of Indian seed industry. And India stands at 5th rank in maize hybridization in the world. Maize is the second most important cereal crop in the world in terms of acreage and is called the queen of cereals. Global maize production touched approximate 1,040 million metric tons as per data 2016-17, wherein US has been the leading producer which is contributing approximately 36% and followed by China having contribution of 21%. India contributes around 2% of the production of global and quantum of 26 million ton as per data 2016-17. Maize crop is less water demanding than other similar cereal crops, and being a C4 crop as well as day neutral plant, maize crop gives higher yield per hectare in a shorter period and can be grown in any season. The multiple utilities of maize as a food, fodder and feed makes it further more demanding friendly and insulates against low demand situations. These unique characteristics of maize make the crop a suitable crop candidate for enhancing farmers' income and livelihood in India. The current maize production scenario highlights presence of hybrid maize at about 65 to 70% acreage, and most of it accounts for feed and industrial grade maize, while food grade maize is produced using traditional cultivars through open pollinated varieties. In the recent years, although the rate of adoption of hybrids has slowed down, but farmers continue to replace traditional cultivars or old hybrids with the new high yielding hybrid varieties. Nutritional importance of maize. Maize is the crop which can be consumed as food, feed and fodder purpose. On the basis of dry matter percentage basis, it contains a starch 71 to 72%, protein content 9 to 10%, fat having 4 to 4.5%, fiber 9 to 10%, sugar consisting of 2 to 3% and mineral content of 1.4%. Products including a specialized maize like quality protein maize, baby corn, sweet corn, etc. Due to recent research advancements, the quality protein maize, single cross and three-way cross hybrids have given a fillip to the nutritional quality of this cereal. Maize is the crop which qualifies the potential in improving farmers' income. Niti Aayog has identified 7 sources of growth which could help in doubling farmers' income by 2022, and these parameters which are identified like first one, increase in productivity of crops, second, increase in production of livestock, third, improvement in efficiency of input use, fourth, increase in crop intensity, fifth, diversification towards high value crops, sixth, improved price realization by farmers, and seventh, shift of cultivators to non-farm jobs. On all these 7 identified growth parameters, maize has visible potential to qualify. Technology adoption has direct correlation with these growth sources, leading to increase in farmers' income. So, maize is one of the important crop which qualifies for the same. Adaptability of maize to varied climatic conditions. Maize is the only food cereal crop that can be grown in different seasons and requires moderate climate for growth. In our country, more than 3/4 of area of maize production is contributed by 8 states like Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Over the past 2 decades, the crop has witnessed a growing prominence in these states, though with a varying degree, particularly as a feed crop. Maize being a C4 plant, it has a competitive edge over C3 plants. C4 plants use 3-fold less water, allowing them to grow in conditions of drought, high temperature, and carbon dioxide limitations. It has been recognized that C4 plant species, including maize, have a higher optimal temperature for undertaking photosynthesis than C3 plants due to operation of a carbon dioxide concentrating system that inhibits rubisco-oxygenase activity. There is suitable alternative for traditional crop like rice, wheat based farming. Maize is less water demanding than other crops. Being a C4 plant, maize gives higher yield per hectare even in a shorter period than any other food grain crops. Besides, it can be grown in any season as it is a day neutral crop. The favorable weather conditions for winter maize or a spring maize may result in gradual replacement of wheat in regions where assured and sufficient irrigation facilities are not available. By cultivating maize, farmers can protect the worsening quality of soil, save 90% of water and 70% of power as compared to paddy, and earn far more than they are earning through paddy and wheat crops. Now to study the maize consumption pattern in India. If we will go through sector-wise maize consumption pattern, poultry feed is contributing around 47% consumption, followed by livestock feed, which is contributing around 13%. And food consumption is having the 13% contribution, and processed food is contributing 7%. A starch industry is having the consumption of 14% and remaining 6% towards exports and other usage. There is rising demand from domestic markets of maize. Maize accounts for major share of the coarse grain production, showing a steady upward trend over the last decade on growing domestic demand. because of poultry feed and industrial usage, and increasing productivity by better hybrid seeds production. A study suggests that growth of the poultry and starch industry and consequent demand from these sectors is likely to outstrip domestic production of maize in near future. India is likely to continue to import a small quantities of food grade maize like sweet corn and popcorn for the food processing industry due to growing consumer demand and low domestic supplies. This poses a huge challenge in front of maize production scenario in India of meeting the ever-growing domestic demand from diverse segments catering to food and non-food usage of maize. Now, global outlook of maize. Global maize production is around 1040 million metric tons as per data 2016-17. In a global perspective, United States has been the leading maize producer with 36% contribution, followed by China, which is accounting around 21%. Brazil is contributing 9%, Argentina having the contribution of 4%, Mexico is contributing around 3%, India is contributing 2%, Indonesia 1%, and remaining other countries having the combined contribution of 24%. USA is world's largest maize exporter, which is contributing 40% of global share. If we will go through productivity, USA is having the highest productivity of 10.7 metric tons per hectare. France is having 10 metric tons, Canada 9.4. If we will see the world average, it is around 5.6 tons per hectare, where the India's average productivity is very low, having only 2.6 metric tons per hectare. So there is huge gap between world average and Indian average. So there is lot of scope for the further improvement. Now, Indian outlook of maize production. States like Karnataka, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh contribute towards half of the total maize acreage in the country. If we will include Bihar also, these 5 states will account for almost 2/3 of the national maize production. However, it is very pertinent to observe that the national productivity of maize is considerably lower than the global standards. India stands almost half of the global yield standards, and therefore there lies immense scope for improvement in the strategically important crop in the country. Karnataka is contributing 16% of the cultivation, Telangana having contribution of 11%, Bihar 10%, Maharashtra 9%, Madhya Pradesh is contributing around 8%, Tamil Nadu also 8%, Andhra Pradesh 8% contribution, Rajasthan is contributing 6%, and Uttar Pradesh having 6% contribution of maize cultivation, and other remaining states having the combined contribution of 18%. The maize cultivation area has been divided in 3 categories. The criteria is high maize productivity estates, second is medium maize productivity estates, and low maize productivity estates. In case of high maize productivity estates, the productivity standard is more than 4 tons per hectare, and it is consisting of states Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, which is having the contribution of around 13%. Medium maize productivity estates having the productivity range of 2 to 4 tons per hectare, and the states falling under this category Bihar, Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Odisha, Punjab and West Bengal, and these medium maize productivity estates are contributing around 40% of the total maize cultivation area of our country. And under low maize productivity estates, the productivity is low, which is less than 2 tons per hectare, and the states falling under these category Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Jammu and Kashmir, Jharkhand, MP, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, which is having the contribution of around 44%. Here to go through state Bihar, which is setting an example through corn revolution. The current market size of hybrid corn seed in Bihar is estimated more than 400 crores, having the compound annual growth of 2%. It is backed by suitability of high-yielding Rabi corn. Bihar has witnessed corn revolution in last decade. In this, almost 50% of the market size is limited to few private players, multinational companies, due to their diverse varietal portfolio suited to different agroecological profiles of a state. While technology is concerned, planting of high-yielding single-cross hybrid has played a major role in raising Bihar's maize production. The breakthrough has also come with surge in export demand. In a Rabi season, the productivity is high because of low infestations of insect and diseases. The export boom benefited Bihar farmers in terms of price realizations, which soared from 400 to rupees 1200 rupees per quintal between 2005 to 2012 years. The stretch of corn cultivation in Bihar ranges from Purnia, Katihar and Bhagalpur to Madhepura, Saharsa, Khagadiya and Samastipur, which is north of the Ganga and either sides of the Kosi, which have been emerged as a corn belt where many farmers, big and small, have harvested 50 quintals or more per acre. So, there is diverse growth potential of corn cultivation in Bihar as per current trends. If you will see the hybrid seed production contribution of various companies in Bihar, DuPont Pioneer is contributing around 36 to 37%, Monsanto having contribution of 29 to 30% of hybrid seed market, Lima Grain having 10%, Syngenta having contribution of 5%, and domestic players are having the market capture of 18 to 20%. Here we have represented the commercial corn cultivation trends from 1950 to 2010-11. On the basis of corn acreages, it has been divided in three categories. First one is first leg of high growth phase, which was reported from year 1950 to 1970, where the growth was reported 3.3%. Second phase was a stagnant phase, where almost there was no growth, and it was reported from 1970 to 1994, where the corn cultivation acreage was increasing only 0.1%. And again in third phase, which was called second leg of high growth phase from 1994 to 2010-11, and it was reported as 2.1% compounded annual growth rate. Here we have represented the cultivation acreage increasing trend from 1950 to 2010-11. So here we can see there was significant growth from years 1950 to 2010-11. Here we will go through major trading centers in India in different states. In Andhra Pradesh, the major trading centers are Hanuman Junction and Vijayawada. In Bihar, these are Gulabagh, Mansi, Khagadiya and Begusarai. In Gujarat, Dahoud is main trading center. In Karnataka, Davangere, Bangalore, Ranebennur, Haveri and Simoga are playing important role. While in case of Maharashtra, Sangli, Nasik and Jalgaon. In Madhya Pradesh, Khandwa. In north central regions, Delhi. In Tamil Nadu, Erode, Coimbatore and Namakkal. Namakkal is the point where there is lot of scope for poultry industry. So there is highest consumption of maize in these regions. Now Telangana, Nizamabad and Karimnagar districts. In Uttar Pradesh, Etah, Kasganj and Kanpur having the contribution in trading centers. While in case of West Bengal, Malda, Dhalkola and Kolkata are playing great contribution to the trading center of maize. So this presentation was all about outlook of maize in India. Hope this will be useful to all of you. Thank you very much. I have given here my YouTube channel details, journey with Vijay Kumar Shrivastav. Having request, please visit the channel, subscribe it and provide your kind and valuable feedback. Thank you.